In a historic turn, Mayor Eric Adams becomes the first sitting New York City mayor to be indicted by a grand jury. The mayor faces multiple charges, including bribery, wire fraud, and illegal campaign contributions from foreign sources. Joining us now with reaction is State Senator Gustavo Rivera, who represents the 33rd Senate District in the Bronx. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Mary Kelly. Good to be with you.
What do you make of this indictment against the mayor?
I think that that we've reached the threshold where the mayor must resign. I actually called for his resignation just a day before when we heard about the upcoming retirement of the school chancellor. Let's just stop for a second and think about the fact that we don't have a permanent police commissioner. We don't have a permanent chancellor. We have a health commissioner who's leaving. We have both the corporation counsel and the chief counsel in his administration have left. He doesn't have the ability to govern. Once the indictment came out, it made it absolutely clear that his ability to govern is absolutely gone. He cannot be actually trusted to run the city, so he should resign.
The mayor, of course, has been defiant, saying he will not resign. His supporters say he's innocent until proven guilty. So are you disagreeing with that?
No, ma'am, but one thing does not necessarily have to do with the other, while they do have to do with the other. I'll explain. I absolutely think that anyone who is accused of anything needs to go through the process, so he is innocent until proven guilty. But this is not about criminal guilt. This is about his ability to govern. The fact is that right now he cannot do it. When you have somebody who said, as he did, that he is going to take all of his time and all of his effort and all of his spirit and what have you to defend himself, certainly you should do that. But guess what? We have a city of 8.4 million people, as he loves to say, that has influx of migrants, that has a housing crisis, that has an affordability crisis, has an overdose death crisis. That's the type of thing that we need somebody who can actually focus completely on that job. So guess what? He should focus on defending himself. Go ahead and do that, good sir. But get out of Gracie Mansion so we can have somebody there that can actually run the city.
What does this indictment mean for the state of New York City politics, especially as we look ahead to the 2025 mayoral election?
What it means is that this is a sad day. I've been around a long time, and I've seen the person I defeated almost 15 years ago then served 6 years in federal prison for stealing public money from a Medicaid clinic that he owned in the South Bronx. So I'm certainly aware. I've been around a lot of dysfunction and corruption in my life in public service. So it's a sad day. What it tells us is that we need a new start. We need to actually go in a different direction, which is I certainly take the moment to say that we should not go backwards, which means that Andrew Cuomo should not be somebody who we consider, but that's a longer conversation. I think that we have a lot of people right now who are proposing that they can run the city. I think that we should listen to them and then have a conversation about who can actually run the city, hopefully doing it in a special election after the mayor resigns.
Senator, you believe the former governor will run?
Personally, I don't, because I think he wants to run for governor again and for a statewide office. I don't think that he will do it, but a lot of people are worried about it. He might. I don't think that he is the right choice. I was one of his biggest critics during the time that he was in office, and I'm glad that he resigned. He did not need to continue to be in office, so I certainly don't think he needs to be mayor.
Are you yourself considering a run?
No, ma'am, I am not. Got too much work to do in the legislature.
State Senator Gustavo Rivera, we really appreciate your time this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And be sure to stay with CBS News New York for continuing coverage on the federal charges against Mayor Adams. You can also read the full indictment on our website at cbsnewyork.com.